Well, as we're making this video, Hamas and Israel are going at it again, and we have the usual comments. Well, Hamas started it. Well, the Israelis are harming too many Hamas, so it goes back and forth. I would like to stop and take an entire new look at the Israeli war problem and look at it from an entirely different angle. And I'd like to start with this question. What is it that the Sudan, Nigeria, Kashmir, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Syria, Iraq, and Israel all have in common? The answer is jihad. If we step back and look at the whole globe, it's not just Israel that's involved in jihad. Jihad is everywhere across the globe. That is the global perspective. Now, some people are talking, they talk about the year 1948 when Israel was formed and that the creation of Israel in the heart of the Middle East is the problem. The year 1948 is not the problem. The problem was it started in the year 622 in Medina. When Muhammad moved to Medina, it was half Jewish. 2 years later, it was Judenrein, cleansed of the Jews. That is when the problem started with the Jews. Not in 1948, but in the year 622. So instead of looking at this year, I'm looking at a 1400-year view of history. Another thing, if we replaced every Jew in Israel with a Hindu and a Buddhist, it wouldn't make any difference. The jihad would still go on because you see the Hindu and the Buddhist are kafir. And that's the real problem, is that Jews are simply the most hated of kafirs. But Israel is only one of them. Who's the enemy of Hamas? Well, you say Israel. Wrong again. The enemy of Hamas is every kafir nation. It just happens Israel is at the top. So what we need here, we need to stop and take a look at a new strategy based on the reality of Islam, and it should go like this. All kafir nations should be united against Hamas and all other Islamic nations that choose to harm a kafir nation. A very big view. Here's another thing. People talk about, well, they need to come up with a peace treaty. People who talk like that don't know anything about Islam and its attitude towards treaties, because no treaty in Islam is worth more than 10 years. That would violate the Sharia. And the other problem with the treaty is, according to the Sharia, as soon as Hamas becomes strong enough, they're supposed to attack again. So a treaty with an Islamic organization has no meaning. Now then, what we need is a doctrine of war that seeks the defeat. Because right now, the whole attempt is, well, could we just get Hamas and Israel to tie? No, we need to have a win. And the way to win is don't negotiate, use massive force and maximum punishment. And then when you've punished enough, leave and tell them, if you hurt us again, we'll come back and give you more punishment. Now that may sound cruel, but it is only based upon Islamic war doctrine. Islam is to support only one view of positiveness towards any kafir, and that is, if the kafir can be overwhelmingly powerful, then they'll respect them. They won't like them, but at least they'll respect them. So we need overwhelming power, and we need awareness of the fact that this is jihad, and it's part of a world problem, not an Israel problem. Thank you.